for him to prepare for what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'm just too sharp, too clean, punch way too hard, power in both hands.
Screaming, I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous type stuff, but now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? To show out, so.
Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
In their heated face-to-face, Jake Paul sounds fully convinced that he's become a real boxer now and plans to beat Gervonta Davis in savage fashion. He says his years in sports have built him for this exact moment, and he's ready to dive into the fight with no fear. Gervonta Davis fires back just as confidently, saying he's got the full package: power, skill, and experience, everything that makes him one of the most dangerous men in boxing today.
I know what I've learned in the past year with my new coaches, the shape I'm in, the power I possess, and I'm just in.
Gervonta Davis checks every box a top-tier boxer needs. His hands hit like dynamite, his timing is razor sharp, and his footwork keeps him in total command of the ring. His defense is tight and his instincts are pure killer. He reads opponents before they even move. That's why Davis doesn't see himself as just a puncher. He knows he's built for the elite level, and he's ready to keep proving that he's one of the best fighters on the planet.
His training is taking a toll, but the cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
How long I do it? 5 minutes?
5 will be good enough for you.
They definitely went to the kids store and get it.
That water ain't cold. We know that.
I know, but
Get in the water, man. Just get in the water.
You can't sit on the edge.
Man, just get in there, man.
Give me the top.
Upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight has the whole boxing world buzzing. It's the ultimate clash of opposites. One man brings size, strength, and muscle, while the other brings speed, skill, and knockout precision honed from a lifetime in the ring. Analysts keep pointing out that Jake's weight advantage is real and can't be ignored. A bigger body means a stronger chin and heavier shots. But all that muscle means nothing if you don't know how to use it. Jake may be taller and heavier, but Tank has every other weapon that truly matters. Elite timing, deadly footwork, and explosive punches built from years, not hype.
I believe he spars people that are much heavier than him. And, man, that uppercut, damn.
Well, who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta because for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old. Yeah. I think he makes up for the weight situation.
Okay, so this is the first time that Jake Paul's fighting an actual boxing champion, an active, young boxing champion. Everyone else he's fought was either way older or like, was it Tommy Fury, I think?
Yeah, he was a legitimate boxer. Yeah.
A legitimate boxer, but not a champion.
Right.
He's fighting a champion, although a very little champion compared to him. So this is sort of I don't know, man, like.
If it wasn't Gervonta Davis, it was somebody else in that weight category.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Like, again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm happy that Jake is bringing excitement to the sport and so forth, but you just have these like people fighting bears, and there might be a boxing match with a weapon involved of some sort. Like people have sticks. Like I feel it's just getting more and more ridiculous, and really outside of Crawford Canelo, there's really very little excitement over pure.
Experts keep reminding everyone that Jake has never fought anyone like Davis. Tank's resume is filled with world champs, undefeated monsters and dangerous knockout artists, and he's beaten them all, including guys with way longer reach than Jake. That's why many believe Jake just signed up for the toughest test of his life. Even Jake admits it. He said in interviews that Davis is on another level and that this fight demands total focus and major improvement. That kind of honesty shows he knows exactly how real the danger is, and that this can't be approached like his usual influencer fights.
This fight, he's undefeated, highly skilled, most experienced fighter I've fought, top 5 pound for pound. So I have to have the best version of myself. I know how fast he is. I know how strong he is. I believe I'm stronger, more athletic, and that's my advantage going into the fight. But he pretty much has every other advantage. So I'm locked in, fully focused, feeling amazing already, and just going to put on a performance and have the biggest fight of 2025.
Last one, I've seen some people say, oh, Jake, the goal here is just to survive. Knowing you, that's not the case. You're not going in there just to get through 12 rounds with Tank Davis. Yeah, I would imagine you're going in there to win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Tank's going to be the one surviving. I'm going to, upset a lot of people. And again, they're going to have to say that there's some crazy excuse, fights are rigged. They can't use the steroid excuse because we have full on random drug testing at any time. They could literally knock on my door right now. So they can't use that excuse. And obviously I'm suing people who say that the fights are rigged. Piers Morgan already had to retract his statement and kiss the ring. More lawsuits are coming for these people who are lying on my name because it's just simply not true. And we're willing to prove that in court. But I'm actually flattered that the only thing that people can chalk up these wins to is that the fights are rigged, because it's honestly the greatest compliment. But again, I'm going to knock this guy out and probably create one of the most viral knockouts.
Fans are split down the middle. Some say this fight is pure circus, not what boxing needs right now, especially when there are plenty of legit contenders waiting for Davis. But love him or hate him, Jake Paul makes people watch. His star power pulls in millions, and this event is another proof of it. Critics admit that it may not answer any big boxing questions, but it'll dominate headlines and fan debates long after the fight is over.
Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself, and that sort of made sense. And it was a good win for Jake Paul. He come out there and he beats an ex-world champion. He gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be okay, all right. Former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers. They're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So, yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think, how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because of the money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound for pound star. Very heavy-handed as well. He should have the movement, forget the size, to be able to slip inside and take Jake Paul out. That's the reality of it. But yeah, I just find it all very, very strange. Look, I thought an even stranger fight, to be honest, was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. You look at that fight and go, who's going to sanction that? God forbid something happens to Jake. I think that what he's doing for the sport is brilliant in his own right. He's bringing new fans into the sport. He's doing excellent for women's boxing as well. You can't take that away from the kid, and he's been working hard as well, and he's improving. But going in against Anthony Joshua, a former 2-time world heavyweight champion and still an active fighter, that's a suicide mission for me. I think that Anthony Joshua, when you look at Francis Ngannou and look at what AJ does to Francis Ngannou, who would win out of Anthony
Ex-UFC brawler Mike Perry didn't hold back. He said Davis hasn't been giving fans those jaw-dropping knockouts like he used to. Perry wasn't questioning Tank's power. He was pointing at the pressure that comes with fame. Fans expect chaos every time Tank fights. That kind of reputation is heavy, especially when you're facing a bigger guy who can take more hits and still keep standing.
Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80.
Boxing legend Teddy Atlas jumped in with his take too. He praised Davis as one of the most complete and dangerous boxers alive. Atlas said Tank's precision, focus, and adaptability make him a nightmare in the ring. That's something Jake Paul simply doesn't have yet. Atlas believes all the talk about Jake's size will vanish once the fight starts, because skill and experience crush size every time. Tank's faced every kind of fighter imaginable. sluggers, slick movers, long jabbers, and counterpunchers. And he's broken every single one of them.
He's smaller, but he's a top fighter, he can punch, and he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? It'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're going to find out if he can dance. Whoa. Do the cha-cha. That's what's going to sell it. And you can't argue that what if. You can't. I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else, that just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air. Bang! And he hits him. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loved Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but he's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, what was it, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who's mostly was concentrating on defense.